What's going on, guys? It's Slappy Flappy here. If you're seeing this, it's because the YouTube algorithm is shit, and there's a lot of people who are trying to prove that, with definitely a lot of success. What is going on with the YouTube algorithm at the moment, and specifically the recommendations page? I don't get what YouTube's doing. I don't know if it's got something to do with the new implemented AI systems that they're using with YouTube. These are the same ones that are causing issues for creators. I don't know if it's got something to do with that, but as a small content creator, for many years, since 2009, I've been making content. I notice some of the worst garbage being recommended to me on my YouTube feed. Content that, stands out because of the title, the thumbnail, something about it reaches out and it's just like, oh, well, this is going to catch your attention, which it does, but it's just garbage. I've definitely seen, like AI slop channels be recommended to me, which is a hell of a shame because, YouTube says that, we don't want to promote AI created, generated content, and they specifically ask you to, when you upload, to flag it, but it is so easy for it to go under the radar because who's actually reviewing that except bots? Like, isn't that ironic that the thing that they're using to review these channels and the content within them is AI? It's not human. Now, look, here's the thing. AI as a tool has been around for ages. It's gotten better. A lot of people want to just go ahead and be like, here's the blame. We can put the blame on AI. When this type of AI, that reviews content that may not push out your video because of a certain curse word or certain context within it, it's done that for years. But now it's just a little, like, when I say better, I don't mean better. When I say better, I kind of mean aggressive. Maybe it's a little bit more stupid, a bit fucking dumb, because it is false flagging more than it ever has in its life. So recently on one of my other channels, I tried to do a watch through of the Resident Evil movie, and basically I would get drunk while playing it, and it got flagged like immediately after uploading, saying, oh no, you can't post this because it's existing content. It's a movie, you can't just watch a movie. And I'm like, well, actually I've looked up so many other channels that have watched this film, and these videos were released within the last 2-3 years. So I did an appeal, and then when it goes out for the appeal, it's supposed to be monitored by a human, which if a human monitored it and actually went through the content, there's like 25 minutes worth of content there that you can review and be like, okay, yeah, no, this is like fair use or whatever the hell. Or the fact that I actually linked off to several other videos that are these people watching the same movie, reacting the same way. I literally can't get a headshot. Fuck my hand. I literally linked off to like 4 other videos of a similar content style with the same fucking film, and it still came back with no. I was like, okay, all right, fuck you. I'm gonna figure something out. So I tried the methods that have been around for years. I tried to flip the video. I tried to lower the audio of the video, so that way it was not, oh my fucking pussy. It's a bit more quieter. So it's, now it's like the audio is triggering it, but that's not the case. It's like, okay, it's not the audio. So I re-uploaded it. Same thing happened. And I'm like, okay, well, I'm gonna complain again. I made another appeal. It was like it's being reviewed by actual people. And every time it came back with a response, they could never give me an actual response. They could not tell me in human words to say, hey, look, the reason why is because too much of the content that, you used in the movie is being shown, so it goes against fair use. Anything of that sort of nature. They've just straight gone for the, here's our AI bot to do the job for us. I took it so far that it was then supposed to be reviewed by, I don't know, the next step of the appeal process, where I basically just said, yeah, no, fuck this. This is redonkulous, dude. Review it properly. And it literally still got flagged. And again, I literally said, I want a response. I want to be told why. Nothing. And it was one of the reasons why I sort of gave up on this channel, because I put a lot of effort into this video, and the videos that I was doing, I was sort of like reacting to like ghost videos and doing some funny edits, and I was really getting into it. But because of this, I'm like, well, I don't want to put the work in. It kind of crushed me. So if I can just, if I can't appeal my decision, then what the fuck's the point, right? So I'm like, yeah, like what am I supposed to do in that scenario? Like, I just have to give up. And it's been a big point of, I saw, there was someone, a YouTuber who had their whole channel absolutely destroyed, taken down, because of the AI flagging system or whatnot. And then because of this, they were like, well, what the fuck? And they went into an appeal for ages. And eventually, with some luck, they were able to get their channel airlifted back to safety. From there, it then got taken down again. Are you insane? How can that happen? And it was like, well, you've just reinstated it. You know the content of which is being posted is fine, but you're just gonna go ahead and do it again? It's fucking nuts. Like, there's shock behind it, right? There is actual shock and awe behind how YouTube and its content system even works nowadays. With the algorithm and shit, there's always been issues. There's no denying that. Good God, am I going to use the Panzerschreck? No way. Yes, PPSH, just fuck go. Nowadays, it seems to be the worst it's ever been, especially with these sort of false flags and the AI system being just bots and reviewing stuff incorrectly. And then also, yeah, the recommendations page where it is just pushing out slop that is I don't care about, or, you know, you watch a video from a certain creator or, you know, a style of video and they're like, here you go, here's more like that. And it's like, well, I actually don't care about this. Can you just recommend me things that I actually watch? Like, at this point in time, it should know for a fact that I like to watch A, B, and C. And so what it'll do is it'll push out, you know, D, E, and F, and then occasionally I'll see A, occasionally I'll see B. And I'm like, what are you trying to get me? What are you trying to do? Like, are you trying to get me to, you know, expand my horizons and get me to watch new stuff? There was a point in time where I'm like, okay, yeah, you know what you've recommended here today was all right, but not within like the last 6 months. And then as a smaller creator, it concerns me. I've made however many channels over the years. I've had not struck much luck with many of them. There was a point where I actually did get a channel to the first video I posted to blow up. It was like a stickman figure animation, little short one where I'm talking about a story where I first got high. I was gonna clean my room until I got high. And it was because it was a popular style at the time. It was a style at the time. And did all the art. I use art very loosely in Photoshop. And the video got like 400,000 views. And I'm like, oh shit, yeah, this is actually quite good. Got a lot of likes, got a lot of people commenting. Definitely got some hate comments of people saying you're just copying this other one. I'm like, well, yeah, you know, it's inspired. It wasn't a downright copy. It was my own story. It was my own style. But because it was a video style that was going around a bit at the time, it blew up. And I'm like, okay, cool. And then the next few that I uploaded didn't do so well. You know, it was honestly, for me, I ended up rebranding the channel to gaming commentary because that's just what I like. I've just always been old school with, you know, that content you can put on the background. I've always loved that. You know, hence why this channel is kind of what it is now. You know, the channel, like, I could have maybe kept going, but the issue is that, you know, I didn't have a lot of stories about, you know, getting high or anything because I wasn't that type of person. I didn't just, you know, get on the Zaza all the damn time. I was, you know, a pretty chilled out cash guy. You know, I'm just a chill guy, you know. So I ran out of stories anyway, but the fact of the matter is that I feel like I was able to hit the algorithm at that point because I found something that was successful and then I made a video like it. I don't think that could happen today. And there's a lot of reasons why. I think, you know, it was a niche that was sort of starting to blow up, but it was one of those things where it's like this content that I'm talking about here, it's very not controversial, but, you know, you're talking about, you know, smoking weed, getting high, doing drugs. You know, YouTube's like, gross, don't talk about that. But even these channels now, funnily enough, they all sort of jumped ship from that style. Funnily enough, they all pretty much went to gaming channels. And one of the big concerns is, like, what if, you know, like, I completely wanted this channel to be unfiltered. I just wanted it to be raw, chatting about life, and, like, I'm getting deep. Like, I've got topic ideas that I want to talk about that are really, you know, confronting because I just want to be real. I just want to jump on, play a game that comforts me because I'm not in a good place at the moment, and talk about life and how it's stressing me out. And, like, just being real. But what if, you know, down the track, let's say that this channel does get some success. I mean, the last channel I made, I was all the likes, I was all the comments because that's another good point. I want to talk about shorts. Fuck shorts. The last channel I had, like, all my subscribers were because of shorts, and any of my long form content, the only likes on there were from my other accounts because I thought, if I liked them, then I might, you know, it might pop up in the algorithm. Clearly, I was fucking wrong. But that is another thing I can talk about. Yeah, YouTube, you fucking bastard. There is no denying that My penis is small. What? Short form content is now huge with, TikTok Reels and YouTube Shorts. They're really trying to push out shorts on YouTube. I think that shorts should be its own application, because the issue that I've found is that you post you watch a short and you just start scrolling them. Every time you jump back onto the YouTube app, it's going to take you straight to shorts, and then you're doom scrolling short form content. When I posted videos as short form content, yes, I definitely got a lot more likes and a lot more subscribers than I did with my long form content, but none of these people jump over to long form. And yeah, trying to get people over to long form content from your short form is just so painful, because the audiences are very different. People who scroll short form content, they just want that quick hit. This has got to entertain me within the first millisecond, otherwise I'm scrolling. With long form content, if I'm watching something now and it doesn't grab me, they say 30 seconds is all you need. Yeah, I will skip past. With short form, it is literally milliseconds that you just go, nope. You see something you don't like the sound of their voice, the context of what they're doing. It is so easy to just scroll past that stuff. So when you do have short form content and you're trying to get people over to your long form, people won't do it. Anyway, back to this point. What if I, as a smaller creator and I'm creating videos, I'm just making some deeping meaningfuls with gameplay in the background. What if I post something and, I get a steady growth on my I get a steady incline of viewership, and it's at a point where I'm like, I'm so happy with this. Like, I genuinely now I've got 8 subscribers. I started just over a week ago. That is 8 people. Okay, 7 people. One of those may be me. I have 7 people who genuinely like, I enjoy this guy's content enough to subscribe and tune in. And that's just awesome. With the previous channel, the subscribers were because of short form content. There was not a single subscription that came from my long form content. So this just feels so genuine, and I think that's what I like about making these videos, is that I can just be genuine. But unfortunately, in a time where the algorithm is kind of a bit funky and recommendations, who's to say that this stuff will actually get pushed out? Who's to say that in the future I won't just get a flag on my content because I'm uncensored, because I'm being honest, because I'm talking about some darker topics, because it means something to me. I just want to be a genuine person. I don't want to be a character. I just want to be me. Like, for once in my 16 years, again, just gonna put it out there, I'm finally just allowing myself to be me. That's when talking in these videos becomes the most comfortable and I'm the most confident, is when I'm being honest about my experience. There's no denying that, this topic, as I've mentioned, is something that's been brought up by other people. I've tried to record this a couple times and it just wasn't hitting, because I was like, I was treading on the points of which these people have mentioned in theirs, because I'm like, well, it is definitely something that is to be brought up. So on this recording that you're watching now, I actually just touched base with my experiences genuinely of what I have had over my years on YouTube and what I've actually experienced. And now I'm just talking, I'm just getting shit out there, man. I don't know. Maybe this video will get pushed down to the algorithm similar as the other ones have. Welcome. Share your stories below of how you find the algorithm. Have you had the similar experiences? Do you fucking want to go away? I don't want the Panther Shrek. Panther Shrek suck. Again, one of the biggest things that I notice is that my recommendations are just stuffed, dude. They're fucked. I can't trust that I'm gonna get my food. I'm gonna get my dinner. I'm gonna sit down in front of my computer, on my phone, wherever I am to consume this feed, and YouTube recommend me something that I actually want to watch. As of recent, I have to search. I have to actually look up who or what I want to watch. Now, obviously, looking up what you want to watch, that's fine. But there was a time on YouTube where you would go onto the recommendations and there would be something there for you. But now I am sitting and scrolling like crazy, hoping to God that it's going to bring something to me. I can't reliably say that it's going to push out the right thing to me. And I think that's one of the biggest problems. So I don't know, man. The conversation of AI, maybe that's something I'll talk about another time. I am one for AI as a tool, 100%. But it to be what you rely on. People who use generative AI. Dude, I can't tell you how horrible it is to try and commission work nowadays. I've probably mentioned I do music, and I've looked on Fiverr Etsy and these places for artists, and it's just full of AI art. And these people, unfortunately, man, this is going to be a conversation for another day. I'm not getting into it here because that's a big fucking thing. Maybe that'll be my next one. We're talking about YouTube, and we're talking about how YouTube has a fucking big problem and it needs to be addressed. The fact that there was a literal lawsuit against YouTube about this, the guy who had his account taken down and then fought with this lawsuit for ages, and then he won the lawsuit, and now they're ignoring the lawsuit and they're not even addressing it. Like, what is going on? Suzu Wajisakiki, whatever the fuck your name is. Can we fix it, please? Because I'm done. I'm scared to create. I'm scared of what the future of YouTube holds. Are we cooked, chat? I'm going to finish this round and we're going to say, ta-ra, my motherfuckers. Remember when the Ray Gun Mark II came out, dude? I remember playing Nuketown Zombies, and I was like, dude, this is fucking sick. I wish I had a ray gun that was like burst fire. It happened, man. I pulled it. I pulled it from the box. The coolest looking ray gun that shot 3-round burst, and then I came.